Jamaica is an island in the Caribbean that is located on the equator, so it's quite tropical, and the natural forests and plantation also are one that can only be grown in the tropics. People mostly do as jobs fishing, or they work in the tourist industry because that's where most of the profits are made on this small island. And for the topic for your work, I chose to speak about the mangroves, especially in a part of Jamaica called Hanover, that's located on the west side of the island. Hanover is like a city or a parish that wasn't necessarily used for tourism. The main places there are Montego Bay, Kingston, and like Port Antonio. And mangroves, and why I chose mangroves is because mangroves are like this natural habitat that protects the islands from storms, erosion, and other natural disasters. So they basically are located right around the island, and they grow off the island into the water, the surrounding bodies of water, and fishes, other water life, birds, and other animals, they also live there, and that's why it's called a natural habitat. And it also protects the island. So Hanover was more like of a quiet parish. The places were overgrown and untouched, so very natural. And the mangroves, like I said before, it's just there as a natural habitat and only used for the locals. And also as protection for the island itself. Well, you can just imagine Green Island, the hotel that they're going to be building there in Green Island. Green Island is like a city in the parish itself. And the Green Island it was on the main front of the beaches, and it was very beautiful. And because it was so close to the beachfront, they wanted to develop, or they have developed the Princess Hotel. And it's a huge hotel with it's individual bungalows that go into the ocean. And because of this large investment and large creation, the Hanover has less forestry, there's less greens, so trees and bushes, and obviously the mangroves, because they had to clear out the mangroves to come to the water itself. So that has changed a lot, and the population has changed. So the locals who used to live there used to be a few people, you know what I mean? It was very homey. And now, due to the development in the tourist industries and the building of the hotels and everything in this city that used to be quite quiet, there's a larger amount of population, there is a larger amount of tourists, a larger amount of work, new workspaces being developed, and it's completely different than what it used to be. So basically, they didn't do much in Hanover. Hanover was beautiful, it is beautiful, and people who live there basically focus on their agriculture and their farming, their fishing, small things that will help with their income and their stability in life. And if you did go to Hanover, you'd go there for the food, or to see natural waterfalls, or natural made beauties, and not much more actually. So it was quite a isolated place, very quiet, very homey. Main focus is not now only on the agriculture, farming and fishing, it's now the tourism. With the investment in this Princess Hotel, there comes with thousands of new jobs and thousands of new opportunities for the locals to work in a different environment and to have more contacts with tourism, and to develop more skills in which they can use also in different parts of life. So it's not that quiet anymore. There's more interaction with tourists from other parts of the country, especially from the USA. So the jobs of the mangroves are basically, as well as forests, is to conserve the biodiversities and the ecosystem services, which also protects the island itself and not just its natural habitats. But due to the deforestation and the renovation and the of these natural habitats, it could lead to an extinction of the wildlife or like species that live there, which is also quite negative because there are very specific species that live on these islands. And due to this, it would lead to an imbalance in the ecosystem services, which also leads to bad water health, soil erosion. Also, due to the deforestation, there would be also the whole process of capturing and storing the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere would be mitigated and would also be changed because of the less forestry and plants that are in this location itself. But the way we should look at it is like, it's not just pros and cons. The cons are there that the environment will be basically destroyed and the wildlife and the island itself is in danger when it comes to the development for tourism itself. But Jamaican people look at it as a source of investment and economic boost for the island, and they profit a lot from the tourism. So it's a 50-50 tema when we look at it. One side is it good for the island and the environment, and the other side is it's good for their profits and change and their development or their impact in economics and how they are viewed from the other sides of the world.